A 7-year-old girl collapsed in the snow outside a billionaire's mansion. She whispered 7 words that would turn his life upside down. "Sir, my mama didn't come home last night," what he discovered when he searched for her mother revealed a truth he had ignored his whole life. And what happened afterward? It would transform all 3 of them forever. This is a tale of a child's desperate journey through a snowstorm, a mother who gave everything, and a man who had everything except what truly mattered. Stay with me, because by the end, you'll understand why one frozen morning became the warmest moment in their lives. Welcome to the Black Stories. While you're here, please hit subscribe and leave a comment sharing your thoughts on the story and where you're watching from. It began on a morning that would change 3 lives forever. The kind of winter day that made you want to stay wrapped in blankets, away from the cold world. But not everyone had that choice. In the usually rainy streets of Seattle, a rare blizzard had swept through overnight. The city was unprepared. Buses halted, cars slid across icy streets, and in the midst of the chaos, a little girl wandered alone. Her name was Lily. She was 7, wearing a pink jacket once bright but now faded. Her boots had holes, letting snow creep in. Her tiny hands were red and frozen, and each breath escaped in little clouds that disappeared into the icy air. Lily had been walking since sunrise, searching every street, every face, for one person, her mother. Her mother, Grace, worked nights as a cleaner at a large tech campus on the outskirts of the city. She always returned before Lily woke, slipping into their small apartment, kissing her forehead and whispering, "Mama's home, baby." But last night she hadn't returned. Lily awoke to silence. No scent of coffee, no hum of her mother in the kitchen, just emptiness and fear. She pulled on her jacket, grabbed her backpack with her stuffed rabbit inside, and went searching. First, the bus stop where her mother usually returned, nothing. Then toward her mother's workplace, but the snow was deep, and the distance daunting. She recalled something her mother once said during a thunderstorm. "If you ever need help, baby, find someone kind or go to the big building on the hill. The man there helps people." Lily had never been there, didn't even know the man's name, but everyone knew the building. Sitting atop Queen End Hill, surrounded by iron gates and tall trees, it glimmered like glass, earning the nickname, the Glass House. So Lily trudged up the hill. Her legs burned, her lungs ached. The wind pushed against her, but she pressed on. At the gates, she stopped, dwarfed by their height. A small camera stared down at her. She wanted to press the button for help, but her fingers were numb. The wind whipped snow into her face, and then her legs gave way. She fell, backpack sliding off her shoulder. The world blurred. Then she heard a voice. Deep, urgent. "Hey, someone's out there." The gates buzzed open. A man ran toward her, his coat flying behind him. He dropped to his knees, scooped her up, and wrapped her in warmth. "I've got you. You're safe now." His name was Daniel Rivers, 41, a wealthy tech entrepreneur in the Pacific Northwest. Brilliant, driven, untouchable. But holding a freezing child, he wasn't thinking about business. He felt the weight of her fragility, the injustice of a girl alone in a storm. "What's your name, sweetheart?" Lily whispered, barely audible. "Lee. My mama didn't come home." Daniel's heart tightened. He called his staff immediately. "Get heaters, blankets, a doctor." Inside, the house was warm, the fire roaring. Lily was wrapped in thick blankets, clutching her rabbit. Hot chocolate was brought to her. Daniel knelt beside her, guiding the cup to her lips. "Can you tell me your mama's name?" he asked softly. "Grace," she whispered. "Grace Bennett." "And where does she work?" "The big building. She cleans floors at night. She always comes home." Lily's voice broke, but Daniel reassured her. "You did everything right. You were brave to come here." He called his assistant. "Find Grace Bennett." "Night shift, cleaning staff. Where is she?" After a pause, "Sir, she's listed for Cascade Campus, but no record of clocking out." Daniel's jaw tightened. He had never considered the invisible people behind his company's success. Not anymore. Prepare the car. We're finding her. Lily, now warm and sleepy, followed him. Daniel held her small hand. Let's find your mama. The drive through snow-covered streets felt dreamlike. Daniel sat beside Lily, watching her hold her rabbit close. We'll find her, he said more to himself. She nodded, trusting him completely. Arriving at the Cascade campus, Daniel's chest tightened. The enormous glass and steel building gleamed in winter light, impressive but cold. The assistant found the night shift supervisor. Nervous, clipboard in hand. Mr. Rivers, I wasn't expecting. Where's Grace Bennett? Daniel interrupted. The supervisor faltered. I don't know, sir. She clocked in, but now I'm unsure. Daniel walked through empty offices to a small staff room. Grace lay curled on the floor, uniform soaked with sweat, pale, almost gray. Lily screamed, "Mama!" Daniel stopped her. Wait, let me check. He checked for a pulse. There, faint, but alive. Call an ambulance. Roads were icy. Time was critical. No, we'll take her ourselves. They rushed to the SUV. Daniel held Grace across the back seat. Lily held her mother's hand, crying. The driver sped through the streets, every second stretching. Grace, early 30s, hands rough from hard work, had collapsed from exhaustion, unnoticed by anyone. How long has she worked for us? Daniel asked. 3 years, extra shifts for months, 12 to 14 hours straight, single mother with no benefits, no sick days. Just survival. At the hospital, doctors rushed Grace to care. Machines beeped. Daniel held Lily's hand, helpless. An hour later, Grace was stable, severe dehydration, exhaustion, low blood sugar. Lily tugged at Daniel. Can I see her? They entered a quiet room. Grace asleep, hooked to monitors. Lily held her hand. I found you, Mama. Daniel made a decision. This would never happen again. He began emailing leadership to reform the company. Grace awoke to Lily beside her and Daniel across the room. You're safe, he said. Grace realized who he was. Daniel Rivers, owner of the company employing her. She apologized, voice breaking. I've been working so hard to keep up. I'm a single mom. Daniel listened, quietly shocked. I'm sorry, he finally said. Grace blinked. What? This is my company. I didn't know people were suffering like this. That's on me. Daniel looked out at the snowy city. Your daughter walked miles through a blizzard for you. Did you know? Grace held Lily's sleeping face, overwhelmed. Over the following days, Grace recovered, hospital bills covered, apartment rent secured. Daniel offered a new job, administrative assistant, better pay, full benefits. Returning home, their tiny apartment became a haven. Lily proudly showed Daniel her drawings. Grace made tea. Daniel admired Lily's art. You're quite the artist, Grace smiled. Simple moments, but full of warmth. Over weeks, Daniel stayed involved. At first professionally, then personally coffee visits, school parties, building connections. Lily called him Daniel, her hero. Grace found herself looking forward to his presence too. They laughed, shared, and slowly became family. One evening, Daniel drove Grace to Cary Park, overlooking Seattle. 3 months ago, a girl knocked on my gate in snow. I thought I was saving her, but you too saved me. You gave me purpose and joy. He proposed, simple, heartfelt. Grace Bennett, will you marry me? Tears streamed down her face. Yes, Daniel, yes. Lily hugged them both. He's my daddy now? The three became a family. Spring arrived, life flourished. Grace thrived at work, Lily thrived at school, and Daniel thrived as a father and leader. The greatest change was invisible. Connection, love, purpose. Years later, in the warmth of home, Grace whispered, Remember that morning? Daniel smiled. Every detail. Life felt complete only after meeting you and Lily. Now it's full. Outside, soft rain fell. Inside, Three hearts sat together, finally home. Sometimes the greatest gifts come in the coldest storms. One act of kindness can change everything. And sometimes when we help others, we are the ones saved. Thank you for joining this journey. If it touched your heart, share it with someone who needs to hear it.